You were obviously catching a few eyes at that time, and then Blackburn Rovers, you had an opportunity to go there, and you near enough agreed a deal to go there for about 4 million, but you had a clause in your contract with Forest that if they got relegated, you could then...
Yeah, well, obviously Forest is brilliant. 3 years there, brilliant. We had some good times. The usual roller coaster, some highs, massive lows. Sport will give you that. And obviously we got relegated my last year. Brian Clough was leaving. We'd obviously just qualified for the '94 World Cup with Ireland, and I had a clause in if we got relegated and if I was sold, I could leave for, I think it was 3.5 after the 1st of September. That's why the fee was 3.75. Eventually United, but yeah, I spoke to Blackburn. United hadn't really come in for me at this stage or had agreed feed, and again, this is all a learning process for me. Again, I was 21, 22, and got permission to go to Blackburn. They've offered 4 million. Met Kenny Dalglish. Agreed a contract, decent money. I was on about 250,000 a year at Forest, which was a good deal, and Blackburn offered me 400, so it was a nice little pay rise. And Kenny Dalglish wasn't in there long. Shearer was there, and I thought, these are going places. Blackburn agreed a deal on a Friday night.
And the office or something was shut?
Yeah, well, it was late in the evening. The contract talks went on into the evening, and agreed a deal. We shook hands, and it was a Friday night. They said, will you come back Monday when the offices are back open? Because it was obviously end of season. So I said, yeah, no problem. Went back to Cork. Obviously went on the piss for a few days. Sunday morning, woke up, and I got a phone call in my house back in Cork, and it was Alex Ferguson. He said, listen, would you come and meet me for talks tomorrow? I said, well, I've shook hands with Blackburn. He said, well, don't worry about that. And... flew to Manchester on the Monday, and met Brian Kidd. Alex Ferguson had a game of snooker with him, the usual small talk. They told me how great I was, and I believed them. And but the problem was they still hadn't agreed a fee with Forest, so it was all a bit the usual stuff. If there's a few managers here, a few talks behind clubs' backs, and they offered me 300,000 a year. It was important because this is the business side of football. And straight away I learned about Man United that it is business as well. So Blackburn were giving me 400,000 a year, and United were offering me 300, and I was on 250 at Forest. So I'm thinking, well, it's not a massive rise considering it was going to be a kind of a transfer record. So they stalled a little bit and dragged their heels. In the meantime, I did. Blackburn found out, and Kenny Dalglish found out. I'd kind of agreed to go to United, even though I hadn't kind of signed my deal yet. And he was fuming. Again, I guess it's the other side of it. He was effing and blinding. You're a fucking disgrace, blah, blah, blah. And I said, listen, I'm going on my holidays next week, which I was. I was going to Cyprus with a few lads just to do some sightseeing. And he said, I said, I'm going to Cyprus next week with my mates. I says, when I come back, I'm going to sign for Man United. He says, I'm going to find you. He says, I'm going to come to Ayia Napa and find you. So... every bar in Ayia Napa, I was looking over my shoulder waiting for Kenny Dalglish to walk in. And
did you have an agent in those days?
No, I didn't have an agent.
Just do it yourself?
I was just kind of doing it myself. I'd done the 1 or 2 deals at Forest myself. I was always pretty upfront with clubs like that, I know negotiations, people come in high, they go in low, and you meet in the middle. So I'd done my last deal at Forest, and the PFA would give me legal advice, but I was kind of doing the number crunching. But eventually then when United got permission to speak to me, I did say to him, I can't go for 300,000, you need to move. And that's when I got a lawyer involved to help me, and United eventually gave me 350 and gave Forest 3.75 before the deadline, else I wouldn't have been able to play in Europe. So that's where the extra 275 came from. Yeah, or 250, sorry, yeah. So no regrets, and obviously it was,
to break into the Man United team at that time.
Yeah, but I was ready for it. I was fearful of it because I played against United a few times. Played against obviously Robbo, Incy. Had 3 great years at Forest where we were, mid-table the first 1 or 2 years. Got to it, lost an FA Cup final to Tottenham, lost the League Cup final against United, and I just thought I just want a bit more than this. I want to win trophies. I'm ready for it. But then going to United opened my eyes, and I was working with Des Walker, Stuart Pearce, really good players. And I went to United. Within a week or two, I thought, I need to up my game here. The United lads were just a bit sharper, quicker. Pat would tell you, it was just a different level. But I was ready for it. I wasn't kind of stepping back going, I'm not sure I can cope with this. I was like, yeah, bring it on. This is what I'm in the game for. And United was everything I thought it would be. You've had grown up, Pat mentioned there about getting paid to play football. It is unreal. Even now I look back and go, fucking hell, did that really happen? It is.
Yeah.
Not that I was playing football, but getting paid to go to work every day, getting in your car and going playing football and getting a decent. I wasn't getting much as Pat, but I was getting a decent wage.